October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and I want to talk to you about what is Down syndrome, why there is an awareness month, what happens during this month, and why do I care about this so much. So let me start with Down syndrome. This is a condition that has always existed everywhere in the world and across all the cultures. It takes its name from an English physician, John Langdon Down, who described it during the 19th century. It was in the 1950s that a French physician, Jérôme Lejeune, realized that this is in fact a chromosomal condition. Most of us, we have 46 chromosomes, 23 coming from each of our parents. Lejeune realized that individuals with Down syndrome actually have 47. Later on, it was discovered that that chromosome number 47, that extra one, is located in the pair number 21. So, okay, here you have, this is a karyotype. This is from a young girl, Avery. And you can see here the chromosomes, they all come in pairs. And then the number 21, it has 3 instead of 2. This extra genetic material determines that individuals with Down syndrome have some special physical features, higher risk for some medical conditions, and also an intellectual disability. Now, my academic background is in mathematics, so you should not be learning biology or genetics or medical sciences from me. My interest in this topic is not an academic one, it's a personal one, because 2 of the people that I love the most in this world happen to have Down syndrome. This is Guiche. He is my nephew. He was born when I was 18 years old, and he was diagnosed with Down syndrome when he was born. Through the years, it has been my privilege and my pleasure to take care of him, love him, and see him growing into the caring, amazing, highly socially skilled, fun, hard-working young man that he is now. The week that Guiche turned 20 years old, I was pregnant, and our baby boy was diagnosed with Down syndrome. I can't even start telling you how scary and confusing was receiving that diagnosis. Even for me, who knew back then quite a little bit about Down syndrome, it was still really scary, and we worry so much about all the possible medical problems and all the long hospital stays we could have with our boy. Yeah, here this is Kai. He is our boy. He is almost 3 years old now. He's amazing, of course. He loves ice cream. Who doesn't? You know, it's funny because we are a multicultural, multilingual family, and we worry about Kai having to learn 3 languages because individuals with Down syndrome do have a hard time learning languages, and yeah, it's hard for a little one to have to deal with 3 languages every day. But he showed us that he can actually take advantage of that when he wants to ask for an ice cream, which, believe me, is very often. He can decide to say helado in Spanish, or bastani in Persian, or is in Danish. That's easier, right? You can guess which one he picks. He just picks from each language the easiest to say word and gets the message through. So thanks to Kai, I'm now part of the Down syndrome community. both in real life and also in social media. And October being Down Syndrome Awareness Month, this is a very important month to us. This is the month where we try to celebrate the people we love with Down syndrome, and we also try to raise awareness about the challenges that they face. During the month of October, when I open my social media, it's just full of posts about Down syndrome with information and videos and pictures. And this makes me wonder, is it just staying inside the Down syndrome community? Do you get to see this? And if you do you understand what we are talking about? So for today, I decided to pick 2 expressions, 2 hashtags that are related to Down syndrome, and I want to tell you what they mean to me. The first one, I think it's very straightforward, is love doesn't count chromosomes. This is just a message of acceptance, and it's not just about Down syndrome or chromosomal conditions. We love the people around us the way they are, and we accept them the way they are. I told you that individuals with Down syndrome have some particular physical features. My son has them. He has almond-shaped eyes, and he has a little bit of a flat nose and also small ears. And you can see that doesn't make him any less cute. And of course, we don't love him any less because of those features. I also told you that individuals with Down syndrome have higher risk for some medical complications. They are more likely to have congenital heart disease, digestive problems, and also cancer during childhood, and many other conditions. This is Kai when he was just born, just a couple of hours old, and he was born with a hole in his heart. It did close down without needing a surgery, so that was lucky for him. But you don't love less the people around you because they have medical problems. We worry more about him, we take more care of him, and he gets sick a little bit more often. He doesn't have anything serious going on right now, but that definitely doesn't change the way we love him. Individuals with Down syndrome also have an intellectual disability. That means that learning things can be harder for them. Of course, that doesn't make you love people less. It's just, in our case, it means that we celebrate every accomplishment. We are proud of his determination, and it's just amazing to see him doing his best to learn new things and to climb a little bit higher. So I think love doesn't count chromosomes is quite clear, and it applies to so many things in life. The second one is the lucky few. I have to be honest, it took me a while to understand this one. In the Down syndrome community, people consider themselves lucky because they have someone with Down syndrome in their life. And at the beginning, I was thinking, of course I'm lucky I have Kai, my son, with Down syndrome. But I'm lucky because I have my daughter who does not have Down syndrome. Of course I'm lucky I have Gishe, my nephew, with Down syndrome. But I'm also lucky because I have my other 14 nephews and nieces who do not have Down syndrome. But people imply that you are luckier when you have someone with Down syndrome in your life. Part of it, I think, it applies to any disability, special needs, handicap. When you have someone next to you who has just a little bit of a harder time with things, I think it makes you a better person. Here I have the picture of Jeannie. She's 4.5 years old, and Ben, he's 2 years old, and he has Down syndrome. One day, Jeannie's mom asked her, do you know what it means that your brother has Down syndrome? And she answered with all the wisdom of a 4-year-old, yes, it means we just be patient. So I think learning about this patience do makes us better people. But I think there is even more about it. I think I'm really lucky. How to say this? I don't like stereotypes, and I think we should try to stay away from them. The stereotype is that people with Down syndrome are always happy, and that is not true. People with Down syndrome are happy or angry or sad or anything in between. They can experience a full range of emotions, just like everybody else. But there is something special about them, I believe, and this is from my own experience. I believe that they have a special quality that allows them to connect with other people, that allows them to be especially empathic. I believe they have this sense that they know exactly when you need a hug, and they do make sure that you get your hug. And definitely, I think my life is better because I get that hug when I need it. And I'm even twice as lucky because I have Gishe and I have Kai too. So October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. And I hope you learn a little bit about Down syndrome. You also got to see some cute pictures. I hope you enjoyed that. And you saw me getting a little bit emotional because this is a topic very close to my heart. When you go out from this talk and into the world, it could happen that someday you meet someone with Down syndrome. I hope that you approach that meeting with an open mind and, even more important, an open heart. Thank you.